The war between Ukraine and Russia has had a massive effect on everything, from oil prices and commodities to the stock market and the crypto market. This video is specifically about Ukraine because Russia's effect on crypto is another story altogether. Hopefully, this can give you guys a better understanding of what is currently going on so you guys can make better investment decisions. Because make no mistake, okay, and this war will affect you one way or another. But first, what's been going on with Ukraine so far? So when the war started on February 24th in 2022, Ukraine issued martial law to regulate banks and currency, such as ensuring banks have uninterrupted hours of operations and filling ATMs with cash so that people have access to money if they need it. However, there were laws there that were designed to help Ukraine more so than the individual people of Ukraine. Some laws limited the amount of money that Ukrainians can take out per day. This limit was 100,000 Ukrainian hryvnia per day, which is a little bit over $3,000. There are also laws such as prohibiting Ukrainians from buying foreign currencies. All these policies are meant to keep as much money inside Ukraine as possible. If people start to buy foreign currencies because they believe that the Ukrainian currency would lose a lot of value, then that fear would just cause the Ukrainian currency to fall into a deeper spiral. So all these martial laws are good for the regular Ukrainian people and the country of Ukraine. But that doesn't mean that they are good for the investors of Ukraine. Ukraine has shut down its stock market and its forex market, making sure to keep as much money in Ukraine as possible. While what is happening in Ukraine is absolutely horrendous, there are some pros and cons to the war on a global scale. So let's go over it. So first, the cons, because I don't like to end on a sad note. And obviously the biggest con to this war is Ukraine. Over 2,000 Ukrainians have died since the war started. Over 1.2 million people have left Ukraine. And hundreds of structures have been destroyed because of this war. Now, even if the war ended tomorrow, it'll take years before Ukraine can rebuild all the damages that has been done. Con number 2, inflation. Since the war began, over 13 countries have already started sending military aid into Ukraine. Over 140 countries have already publicly supported Ukraine against Russia. The United States itself has already promised to send over $350 million worth of military aid to Ukraine. And Biden also said that he would ask Congress for another $10 billion in aid. The European Union has promised $502 million worth of military aid. And many other countries have promised to send some form of support to Ukraine. Now, while it's good that Ukraine is receiving so much help from all around the world, it does not mean that these type of helps do not have consequences in a global scale. Sending $1 billion to help Ukraine, and probably even more throughout the upcoming weeks and months, would likely mean that inflation is going to increase. The current inflation rate in America is 7.5%. This is the highest that it's ever been in the last 30 years. And if inflation keeps rising, Jerome Powell will have to increase interest rates, and when interest rates rise, the stock market will fall. Now, there are some people who think that inflation is good for cryptocurrency. This is because Bitcoin is considered digital gold, and it is a hedge against inflation. However, the crypto market, like all markets, are all involved. If the stock market crashes because of interest rate hikes, the crypto market will also crash too. I'm not saying that it'll crash forever, and I'm not saying that it'll go down to zero. But if the stock market crashes, everything will take a hit, including the bond market, the crypto market, the commodities market, everything will see an impact of the stock market crash. But wait! This video is sponsored by I Trust Capital. Did you guys know that you guys had to pay taxes on your crypto gains? However, there is one way and only one way that you guys do not have to pay taxes on your crypto gains, and that is to open a Roth IRA. But the thing is, most Roth IRAs do not allow you to buy and sell cryptos, and those that do are very, very expensive. But not I Trust Capital. Business Insider ranked I Trust Capital as the #1 crypto retirement account for low fees. So if you currently don't have a Roth IRA, then you should, okay? You definitely should, because crypto now is going to be exploding within the next decade, and you do not want to pay taxes on those gains. So sign up for iTrust Capital today and get $100 worth of free Bitcoin when you use my link below. Thank you very much, and now back to the video. Now, let's go to the pros. Pro number 1. The government is starting to accept and use the cryptocurrency. On February 26th, Ukraine posted a tweet saying, "Stand with the people of Ukraine, now accepting cryptocurrency donations, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT." Since then, over $60 million of Bitcoin, Ethereum, other altcoins, and NFT projects have been donated to Ukraine. This one NFT sold for over $6 million. Now, receiving donations in crypto has two main advantages. The first advantage is that the crypto can be used right away. Humanitarian organizations like Red Cross usually wait until they have a sizable amount before they can send it to either Ukraine. Obviously, they're not going to be sending money every day, unless it is an emergency. And even if they do send it every day, it takes usually a full day before the other party gets the money. So even if the Red Cross did want to send money to Ukraine, Ukraine would have to wait a full day before they have access to the money. A full day can be a very long time when you are strapped for money and your people are fighting a war. Crypto, on the other hand, can be sent and processed within 15 minutes. Some cryptos only take 1 to 2 minutes. So Ukraine could have cash in their hands within an hour. The second advantage is that cryptocurrency is pretty much cash. Most countries are sending supplies and weapons, but sometimes you just don't have the supplies that you need, and you just need money to buy whatever it is that you need. Therefore, having cash and having the ability to buy necessary items is very, very important in very critical times. So I believe that Ukraine's adoption and usage of cryptocurrency is very important for the crypto world in general. Most countries like El Salvador are accepting Bitcoin as a legal tender, but the thing is, they are not using it to buy and sell things. Okay? Having Ukraine actually use cryptocurrency to buy and sell materials is a big step forward for the cryptocurrency world to be considered an actual currency. I personally believe that this is the first step into making crypto a legitimate currency instead of just a long-term investment. Pro number 2, new way of investing in a warring country. On February 24th, Ukraine stopped its stock market. It also banned its people from buying foreign currencies in an effort to keep as much money inside Ukraine as possible. However, with assets and cash being stuck in Ukraine, investors are stuck holding a currency that could dramatically drop in value at any given time. The Russian ruble dropped over 40% since the war started over 2 weeks ago. And with all the sanctions, it doesn't seem like it'll go up anytime soon. Even if Ukraine wins the war and Russia pulls out, the entire country of Ukraine has been decimated by war within the last 2 weeks, and it's going to continue for probably a few weeks to a month. So after all that, Ukraine still has a long way to recover from the war. This means that Ukraine's currency could very well drop after the war ends. Michael Chobanian, the 37-year-old founder of Kuna, the largest crypto exchange in Ukraine, and Chobani Yogurt, the #1 selling yogurt brand in America, said,
"We don't trust the government, we don't trust the banking system, we don't trust the local currency. Majority of people hence have nothing else to choose apart from crypto, and crypto is doing really good job on solving those problems."
Oh, and I was just kidding about the Chobani Yogurt thing. This guy is the real founder of Chobani Yogurt. But going back to what Michael said, Ukrainians don't have a lot of options. The stock market is closed, the forex market is closed. The only thing that they can do now is hold on to their Ukrainian money and hope that it doesn't devalue that much. Pro number 3, more media coverage for crypto. The Ukraine-Russia war is currently the biggest story in the world, and having crypto being a part of it serves to legitimize its cryptocurrency as a valuable asset. These days, war is constantly being fought in 2 fronts. The first one is the physical war itself, while the second one is the online war. to get people around the world to support your cause. With the rapid adoption of cryptocurrency, whoever wins the online war is probably going to win the war itself. Cryptocurrency has made it extremely easy for everyday people to send money directly to a cause without the middleman. I believe that in the future and during economic crises such as hurricanes or volcanoes, people can directly donate to governments and countries that are in need of the money the most. During times when MoneyGram, PayPal, and Wise have trouble sending money because of regulations and war-torn politics, cryptocurrency has no such barriers. So, here are my final thoughts. I believe that the market is going to keep being volatile for the next few weeks to a few months. The reason is because people need to get used to the Ukraine and Russia war. Now, I'm saying get used to because I don't think that the war needs to be over for the market to go up again. If people know what to expect from Russia and Ukraine, then the market will stabilize, and if there is positive news, then it will go up again. But considering that we just had a very, very ridiculous 2021 with the markets going up like crazy, I believe that it needs some time to cool down, especially the crypto market. However, for me, my personal opinion is that I don't think there will be an extended crypto winter. I believe that there's just going to be a correction, like all markets. For me, I'm just going to be doing dollar cost averaging because I don't really know when the market's going to go up again. And when it does go up, it'll go up 10, 20, 30% within a single day because that's how the crypto market is. So I'd rather buy it low and just wait for it for a very long time. I believe that the crypto market is still in its infancy stage and it has a lot of room to grow.